It's very wearable, you could wear this with any outfit. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you this New Year's Eve makeup look. It's super simple, got a bit of gold glitter in there, a nice deep lip, a very achievable and easy makeup look to do. Gone are the Christmas looks, and here we have the New Year's looks. I hope you all had a fabulous Christmas, but I'm sure you want to see how I created this look, so let's just get right on into it. First up, the primer I'm going to be using is the Revolution Mattify Matte and Fix primer. I'm going to apply quite a generous layer of this all over my face because obviously if you are going to a party or an evening do, you want your makeup to last as long as possible. There we are. Now we are going in with Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the shade C1. A little bit under the eyes, in any significantly red areas and wherever you want highlighted on your face. We are then applying Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation. I'm using the shade F5 and I'm just gonna blob that all over my skin to then blend it in with the concealer. Now that my face is covered, I've got my beauty blender, which I have dampened with some lukewarm water, and we're now going to just tap that in to the skin. It's much more effective to use more of a tapping technique opposed to brushing, because then you're actually pressing the makeup into your skin. Now we have got our base. I'm going to be using Revolution Ultra Contour Palette. Now the lid has come off, which is a bit of a shame, but it seems to happen to all of my contour palettes. But we will be going in at first with this paler shade of brown, just to start drawing the right lines of contour on my face. Now I'm going to get a slightly fluffier brush and go in with a slightly warmer, darker shade of brown, just to strengthen these lines up a little bit. I'm going to swirl the brush around so we're kind of blending at the same time. This is actually very light application, so you don't end up with a big splurge of brown all over your face. We are now going in with this flatter brush to use the edge just to define our contour a little bit more and also blend in these bits up here properly. You can just use the head of the brush like this and they just blend in beautifully, nice and easily. And then move along to the edge of the brush just to blend this a little bit, but we do want to keep that more defined, darker line of contour down underneath our cheekbones. What you can then do is start to bring a bit of the brown down just to define your jawline further, and then tap it into the side of my nose to blend. Now I'm actually going to take the darkest shade of brown here and tap a little bit onto this brush, and then on the very edge of my face, just tap some of this in very lightly, just to give even more of a defined cheekbone, and then go back in with this brush just to tap it out. We don't want this to completely blend in, we want this to remain darker and more defined. Now we can get our little highlighter brush. I'm going to use this white and gold marble highlight, as it is the brightest highlight in this palette. And we are just going to take this and just slap it on. Get that shimmer in there. I'm then going to take my finger and tap it onto the areas I want it most highlighted, as it comes out even more pigmented if you use your finger. And final step for the skin is some blush. This is my NYX High Definition blush in the shade Summer. We want a big old powder brush and tap extremely lightly, blow some off, and just tap that onto the cheeks to give a little bit of colour. Beautiful. Right, onto the eyebrows. First of all, I'm going to take this spool and just brush them out. Give us a good base shape to work with. It honestly makes so much difference brushing them out. And then we have a little angled eyebrow brush and some brow pomade. This is Revolution Pro shade Auburn, and we're just gonna get some on the old brush here and start by drawing a sharp line underneath our eyebrow and then carrying that down the arch. Now that we have applied the pomade, I'm going to go in with this warm brown Revolution brow gel, and I want a bit more of a bushier look today, so we're going to do this throughout the eyebrow, and I'm also not going to carve my eyebrow shape out using concealer because I just want them to have a little bit more volume to them. There we go, brows complete. Right, onto the eyeshadow. So we're going to start off by tapping on some concealer to use as a sticky base, and then I am going to be using two palettes today. Primarily I will be using the Friends Revolution palette. However, I will also be going into Cami Kiss of Fire a little bit, as this palette has a good pigmented black eyeshadow in it, which I will want to be using. Okay, now that we've got the concealer on as a primer, I'm going to take this fluffy blending brush and apply this shade here. It's called Ben. It's kind of a very pale brown taupe kind of shade, and we're going to apply that quite generously all over the lid as an eyeshadow base. Now that we've applied that as our base, I'm going to start getting darker by using the shade Carol here. It's a warm light brown. I'm just going to gently put that into the arch. And then again, we're going to come in with Mr. Geller. This is a dark brown. I absolutely adore this colour. I've used it quite a few times before now. And we're just going to come in on this outer edge and gently blend it in, gradually darkening up the outer corner of my eye. Okay, so now I'm just going to pick up this Cami palette, and here we have a black. So for this, I'm actually going to take a slightly fluffier angled brush and press this in to the outer corner of my eye. I'm also going to take this very thin flat edged brush just to take some of this dark eyeshadow underneath my waterline. This is quite a precise brush, so it means it doesn't get too messy. There we are. Now we need to move on and apply some shimmers. So back to the Friends palette here. We have this shade up here called Chandler, and it is a deep dark brown, but it is also a shimmer. So we're going to get quite a wide flat brush, apply some of this to the center of our lid. I'm just going to wipe the brush off a little bit. Not going to be too fussy about getting all of the color off, because we're now going to go in with this shade here. This is Emma. This is a slightly lighter brown. Again, it is a shimmer, and we're going to start a little bit closer to the corner of my eye and pull this out and blend it in to the deeper shade of brown that we've already applied. Now we've done that, new brush, as we're going to go into the corner of my eye with a light shimmer. We're going to go for Barry. Now this is a gold. I figured New Year's Eve makeup, you need a bit of gold in there. Classic New Year's look. And we're going to get that right in here, and again pull it through into the other colours that we have previously applied. And we're also going to take this gold and just put it on the tip of our brush and put a little bit underneath. There we go. Now I'm going to get Mr. Heckles, put a little bit on my finger and just tap that in to my inner corner, just to brighten the eye up a little bit. We're then going to take my blending brush and just blend out what we applied underneath here, just to give it a little bit of a softer edge. Now, going in with the eyeliner. This is L'Oreal Matte Signature Eyeliner, and we will be doing some flicks. Right, flicks applied. Now, time to go in with some eye pencil. Again, L'Oreal Matte. And we are gonna apply this all the way across our bottom waterline. Look, I've made such a mess. I've got black eyeliner all over my fingers. So now, I'm gonna get a little bit of Wispy Lash Feather Effect Mascara by Revolution, just to give the lashes a little coating before applying some fake ones. Okie doke. The lashes we are applying today are Revolution Wispy, the Faux Mink collection. I'll be back in a minute after I've applied these. Okay, lashes are now applied. I do need to wait for the glue to dry because this glue is white, but it does dry clear. So we are going to apply lipstick. Now, as it's a New Year's Eve look, we want to up the glam, and we are going for the Retro Luxe Matte Lip Kit Revolution Majesty. This is like a deep purple color. It's absolutely stunning. These lipsticks do not transfer that much. If you're drinking a drink, they will transfer a little bit onto your cup, but it stays on your face. You won't need to reapply it. It will stay on whilst you're eating and drinking and doing whatever. I highly recommend these as long wear lipsticks. So let's go in. And there we go. Lipstick, a deep reddish purple, very glam, very party-like lipstick. And that glue is pretty much dry. So I'm now gonna get my powder brush and just set a few areas of my face, which I obviously did not do earlier because I had not applied the eyeshadow yet. So we're gonna take this white powder up here and just lightly tap it under my eye. And there you go. A nice, really simple but effective, glamorous New Year's Eve makeup look. It's very wearable. You could wear this with any outfit. A statement lip just to up the glam a little bit. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like. Do subscribe. Have a fabulous New Year's and a really positive start to 2021. And I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.